learn to fight for yourself. It isn't something which every person can do. People fight differently for themselves. But when we talk about this topic, learn to fight for yourself. It isn't any battle, any war for which you have to go and fight for yourself. It is something else, as we often talk about wise talks here, and it is going to be same. If you don't fight for yourself, I call it an act of betrayal to your own self. Someone is hurting you, someone is suppressing you, but you still go through that. You are torturing yourself. And if you call yourself a moral person, a virtuous man, but you cannot fight for yourself wisely, then you aren't that person. The first principle of a moral person is to fight for himself. And if you cannot, then you are slave to someone who is suppressing you, who is controlling you. Around you, there are people with whom daily you talk, in offices or at different other places. Different people are thinking differently. And some use manipulation to control you, to get benefit from you. And sometimes this manipulation comes in such a form that a person isn't able to realize what is happening. He thinks this person is doing good for me, but that person is trying to find any motive from those conversations or from other sort of activities which they are doing in day-to-day life. Now, when that manipulation reaches to a certain point where that person can completely control the another one, then this person who is getting manipulated, he cannot fight for himself. Let me give you a scenario. If there is a college student, he is a good person. Now, he has some mates there, some friends there. Now, any other person wants to control this person. The best way to control a person is, first of all, just be softer with him. Make him your friend. Because there is a quote which I will paraphrase this way. If you want to control a lion, you cannot simply put him in a cage. If you put him in a cage, he will be angry and furious. But what you need to do is, you need to feed that lion something. And once you will feed him, make him your friend, he will become loyal to you, and then you can control that lion. That lion will become your slave. Now, same thing happens with humans. Now, majority of the people do it. What they do? They first offer friendship, they spend time with them, or they take them to different places, they make them feel special. Once the person feels that this person is important for me, then it becomes easy for that another person to control him, because he is already in control. So, if I will paraphrase this quote again, if you want to control a lion, don't put that furious lion in cage. Feed him something, make him friend. Then you can control him completely. You can let that lion do anything. And same thing happens around us. There are some people who are doing unethical actions, who are hurting others, who are killing others. Why are they doing it? Because they got brainwashed. Someone fed them initially something. And when they were fed all those things for months, for years, they got brainwashed. And later, they started following instructions of other people. You might have heard stories, a lot of stories which are happening these days or in past. There were a lot of events where people did some inhumane acts. Those people simply were manipulated. They were given something, they were offered something. And once they were completely brainwashed, then they became slave to them. Now, our topic is learn to fight for yourself. I told you not every person can fight for himself. Why? Because the person who got this brainwashed, how can he fight for himself? He's slave to someone else. I believe best person on the planet is the one who is independent thinker, the one who can use his brain about thinking like morally, correctly, which is good, regardless or irregardless of gender, religion, geography, or anything else. Now, a person who can differentiate this thing, that this is right and this is wrong, and I should be with right things, then he is the good person only that person can fight for himself. Now let us go back. If a student is going to college, now another person controls him. If this person isn't understanding that his friend is controlling him, maybe that friend is telling him, do this illegal thing for me, do this, that. Now if this person is doing, means he has forgotten that what is moral, what is right, what is wrong. He isn't fighting for himself first. He is first hurting himself. How is he hurting? He is hurting simply he forgot values. A person who has forgot those good values, ethical values, simply he is, I can say, useless to this world. He cannot contribute something to the world. What he can do is only hurt, kill people, cheat people, do XYZ wrong things with people. But we have to be wise ones. We have to be good ones. We shouldn't be like those ones. So what we need to do? If we are spending time with some people who are good or bad, we don't know who they are. Because if you are talking to someone for the first time, in the first week, in the first month, maybe in the first year, you will not come to know about them completely. But you should have this conscience inside of you that you should be able to realize what that person is doing with you. If he is trying to brainwash you, if he is trying to put some negative thoughts, then you need to avoid it. And when you will avoid that ruthlessly without showing emotions, at that time we can say that you are fighting for yourself. If you are living in a room with any other person, if you are living in a hostel with any other person, now that person isn't good. Now you have two choices. You have spent 2 years with that guy. Now you have two choices. First choice is to leave that room without showing emotions, without saying that this person has done this thing to me. Because currently whatever he is doing, that is wrong. If you felt that is wrong, that is inhumane. At the time, without showing any emotion, ruthlessly, you can leave that room. And second option, be there, be that emotional fool. This person is good, he has done this to me. Now at this moment, I should be with him no matter what happens in life. Then you are not fighting for yourself, for those morals, for those good actions, which will make you a better human. Personally, I have observed the people who are principled ones, who have some rules, some protocols in life, which they follow. They live peacefully. Even if they are poor or rich, it doesn't matter. Peace is something different. Yeah, money matters, but that is second concept. But peace is something else. There are people with a lot of money, but aren't happy in life, aren't peaceful. Some commit suicide. So peace isn't directly dependent on how much money you have. So what I have observed, the people who are principled and they follow those rules strictly, they are living life peacefully, happily, without worries, without any depression. So their principles are whatever they have formed for themselves, they follow them strictly. For example, they are married, okay? Any person is married, but his principle is, if he is a man, I will not cheat my woman. I will never do it. It is his principle. So if any other woman will try to seduce this man, he is wise. He will understand that this woman is trying to seduce me, or she will offer something. This he will completely deny and ignore that woman completely, block that woman completely, because he is a principled man. Similarly, his another principle is that I have to do XYZ things, whatever the principle can be for a person. Now the ones who follow these principles strictly, they live happily, they live fearlessly, they don't fear anyone. And not every person can be principled in the world, only a few people. And I believe the people who have gained some knowledge, some insights, good insights in this very world, only they can get some principles. Now the one who has some principles, he can fight for himself. I will fight for myself, because why will I let any person to harm me? Why will I let any person to abuse me without any reason? Now this is just one example. There are other scenarios where some people can snatch those basic rights from you. You have to fight for that. Now, here is one thing. I believe parents cannot be always right. They are also humans like us. If they have limited knowledge, limited experience, it means they cannot be always right. Now, if they are saying you to do this, but you think it isn't good, the consequences will be bad. At the time, some people say we have to be obedient to parents, we have to respect. Yeah, you have to respect, you have to be humble. But if they are saying to do something which may harm you in future, or you will not get more reward, then you can confront directly with your parents that whatever you are saying, humbly you can say them, it isn't right. I have gained more knowledge here. Yeah, you are more experienced than me in life, but I know that this thing is here, right? So I should do it. Because a lot of times, many people listen to their parents and later they regretted that decision because that decision wasn't good. Let's talk about the decision of marriage. If your parents are saying to marry that girl, that boy, but in your opinion, that boy or girl isn't good. Now, if you will try to be a nice person to your parents and you know that person isn't good, then in future it will haunt you. Similarly, your parents will tell you to do that job, but you know your expertise are in this and you have to work on this thing, on this craft. Then you have to work it. If you will not work on that, if you will not confront your parents, if you will not fight for yourself, then in future it will haunt you and you are then again slave to something else. If you are in a relationship with a boy or a girl and now same things are again happening, something bad is happening with you, they are suppressing you, they are snatching that peace from your life, they are snatching those basic rights from you. Now you have to act wisely. The best option, act without emotions, ruthlessly. Now again, not every person can do it, but the one who has gained more insights in life, more knowledge in life, only that person can fight for himself. Now in a nutshell, if I have to summarize this, as our topic is learn to fight for yourself. Fighting for yourself is art, is a skill which only few have. And people fight differently. But wise people, when they fight it for good reasons, not for bad reasons. It isn't like they will go and harm others. It isn't about that fighting. They fight just to protect their own rights. And they often adopt some wise methods, not the ones which will be not good at the end, which will have bad consequences. Because as a wise person, we have to think about all the consequences when we take any action. If you are going to fight with any person, you have to think about the consequences. And if you will not think about consequences, then they will crush you and you cannot do anything. You will lose the peace of your life. So you have to see the situation. Everything is situational. Every action which you take in your life, the way you talk to people, it is situational. So you have to act wisely, and most importantly, you have to fight to protect your dignity, to protect your principles. I believe every person who is listening to me currently should be a principled man. So fight what you need to do, have a set of principles, follow them strictly, and see how wonderful your life will become. It will become amazing. Even then, when you will die, when you will be on the deathbed, and you will be sure that tomorrow you will leave this planet, you will be happy, and the people around you on those other beds in the hospital, they will be crying and praying for more years. But you will be like, I was a principled person, I fought for myself, I did good in this world, I did good to my family, to my parents, I didn't did anything wrong. You'll be happy. You know every person has to die, but the best person is the one who is happy on the deathbed. So if you will die, you shouldn't have that regret that let's get more years. At the end, every person has to die. Whether you die at the age of 60 or 80 or 90, at the end you have to die. But best is the one where you live your life proudly, where you fight for yourself, where you don't live under the pressure of someone, where you live freely, you live in present, you talk happily, you don't let other people to make decisions for you. You're like, I don't care. It is my life. I know what is right for me, and you do that. So be like that person, fight for yourself, protect your peace. That is the most important thing. But it doesn't mean like you will always live peacefully. Sometimes bad situations will come because of some circumstances, but you have to go through those things. Life is all about ups and downs. But your inner self should be satisfied even in that adversity, in that pain. Your inner self should be satisfied. So that is it from my side.
You said you would know the intentions of the other person even if they have befriended you. Most of the times people who are actually conniving and deceiving don't let you know their intentions beforehand.
Yeah, exactly.
It's only after they have used you or abused you, you will come to know, oh, this is what this person was conniving.
Mhm.
Um, then how do you protect yourself?
See, what happens actually, we often get betrayed by our own people, the ones with whom we have spent a lot of time. So, a lot of times we go through it, but there are some patterns. If we recognize them prior to that betrayal and we take some precautionary measures to protect ourselves, that is good. But again, as I earlier talked about manipulation, a lot of times you cannot understand, we cannot understand that another person is manipulating us differently. But in case we got hint, we found any pattern, a lot of times we find that pattern from their actions. I think we should leave them, but it doesn't mean that we can never get betrayed. But whenever we get betrayed, at that time we have to fight for ourselves. Bad things will come, but main thing is to fight for yourself. You should not let that go. As I said, life is all about ups and downs. Bad things will come, betrayals will come, heartbreaks will come, a lot of other things will come, adversity will come. But we should learn from those bad events so that in future they will not happen. We learn from patterns, we learn from the past events, past actions. Peace should be first priority. He betrayed, she betrayed. Let us leave those people, and let's not let that continue and be with them continuously. Any other question?
Of how to bring up young minds into a protect myself first mentality, because many people grew up trying to stand up for others being bullied but not for themselves.
I think only those people who have some knowledge about bullying, only they can deal with it. But those who are naive, who are like introvert, not experienced, not that much brave, they will go through that. There are some incidents where people suffered a lot, but they didn't tell those things to other people. Boys and girls, those who are underconfident, others who are using them, but they never told that thing to other people. So I think people should be aware about all these basic things, only then they can fight for themselves differently. Sometimes we need to consult other people. We cannot always fight for ourselves only like by using our mind. If we are going through some bad events, I think sometimes we need to share those events, those incidents with some people who we think are more experienced, who we think can give us some solutions. So that is the best thing which we can do if we are going through tough times. If someone is trying to hurt us differently, someone is chasing us differently, at the time we should definitely consult some people who are elder or who are wiser than us. A lot of times we can inform our parents, because a lot of times people didn't inform, later they suffered a lot.
My mechanism has always been to distance myself completely, or go silent, or leave that place or person to protect my peace. To protect my peace, I have always been like that. Sometimes I argue, but most of the times I just don't. It was my thing to make the other person understand certain things, but since I've grown up in a household, they have to decide everything for me. The first step I took was to decide that no, I will study what I like. What you're suggesting is very nice. It was my parents. Even though my father was very angry, he didn't talk to me for 6 months or something. But that was the first time I took a step for me, my peace. I fought with them for my thing, that I want to study this. I don't want something that you are saying that you should do. That is, I know parents want good for us. But what they were suggesting was nice. It was definitely nice. They wanted good for me, but I also want good for me. I think that I am very good at, if I ignore people, I ignore them, they would prefer death than my ignorance. I ignore so bad. So yeah, I will always learn, even though I can make mistakes in recognizing people at first or doing certain things, but eventually I think I have the capability to fight for myself, because if I don't choose myself, then no one else will, because yeah, no one will. It is up to me to prioritize my mental health, my life. If people do not respect you and they do not think twice before disrespecting you, then it is better to have a way to remove those people from your life, because in the end, it's only you. It's only you. It's in the end, if you don't prioritize your mental health, people will keep ruining it, and they do not care. They are like bullies. They only want what satisfies their own needs, what they want, what their likes and dislikes are, and we only have one life. And if we keep following other people, we will not make our own life and destiny, and we will keep being followers instead of leaders of our own life. And yes, that is it. Thank you.
So, Nandini, what was the powerful point which you mentioned? It was I have capability to fight for myself, to prioritize my mental health. If I will not, then who will? This point, if I will not, then who will? It is so powerful that if people will understand it, they will live amazing life. You can not always be in the good books of every person, and you should never try it. I'll be good person in his eyes, in the eyes of that person, in the eyes of that person. It will never happen. Some people will hate you, some people will love you, some people will be neutral. It happens with every person. Even if you are good, even if you are a revolutionary, even if you have done everything right in your life, still there will be people who will not like you. There will be people who will like you a lot. Some will be neutral. So we should never try to be in the good books of every person. Sometimes we need to sideline some people in our lives because of their actions, the way they act. So that is it. And from listening to you, I felt that you have learned these all things the tough way. And that is absolutely wonderful. That is the motto of our session today, that people have to learn to fight for themselves and protect their mental health, their peace. That is it.
I would like to basically interject here. People who behave in a certain way around you usually have something lacking from you. For example, when you're talking about your school bullies, I'm like not 100%, I can't say, but almost 90% sure that they are very much jealous of your academic capabilities. That is why they try to subdue you in all other ways so that they can feel better than you are.
Let's talk about one more aspect. The first thing comes fear. Fear of people, fear of judgment, fear of unknown. So people a lot of times don't fight for themselves because of fear. They know that whatever is happening with them isn't right in any way, but they don't protest against that. They don't say no. If someone is saying them to do this work, they don't say no because they fear what this person will do. But before it, I will give you two real examples. A girl messaged me some months back, probably, and she was like, my parents are telling me to get married to a guy, and that guy is probably doing something. I cannot be happy with that guy. So what should I do now? Before it, also, her parents were telling to marry another guy. She rejected that one. Now they told her to marry this guy. Again, she rejected. She was like, what will I do? My answer was like, if you cannot be happy with that person, say no to your parents completely. Don't fear, because at the end, you have to prioritize your peace. If you know you cannot be happy with that guy, just avoid that guy. Maybe your parents will not talk to you for 1 week, for 2 weeks, for 3 weeks. it is okay, because you will not be happy with that guy. So now there are other girls who aren't able to say no. So what they do is they get married to a guy and later they regret it because they don't see peace, they don't see good life with that guy, with that man.
Sometimes their entire life.
Yeah, their entire life from that marriage point till death, they suffer a lot. They regret every single time. So this fear stops people. One more example I will give you. A guy came to me and was like, I'm living in a joint family. I have uncle. My father is dead, and my uncle is telling me to do this work, that work every single time, and I obey him, but I am not able to focus on studies. I was like, don't fear your uncle. Currently, your main focus should be on building yourself. If you will not build yourself, you will just do what uncle is saying. Then later you will suffer, you will regret. You will have any menial job later, wherefrom you will get basic salary, and you will not be happy with that. You cannot make your future posterity, your future kids or wife or whoever is in your family happy. So just do whatever is necessary. If your uncle is saying something which is unnecessary, which simply distracts you from your studies, just say him no. Do you know he followed this advice? And then later he told me, multiple times he told me, not only at once, that I did it. I said no. Many times when he asked me to do it, I said no. That was it. And then I focused on my work, on my studies. So this fear, if he would have said yes every single time to the work of his uncle, maybe he wouldn't be able to focus on his studies. So our main focus should always be on this thing, that if someone is telling us to do something which is not good, then we should say them no. Learn to say no. It is again one skill which every person doesn't have. It comes with bravery, it comes with experiences in life. You cannot always say no unless and until you have gone through some trials and tribulations in life. So our point is fear. The first thing which we need to eradicate from our lives is fear. Once we eradicate this fear, then we can learn to fight for ourselves in every situation. Now, if I will tell you from tomorrow onwards, you should not be fearful. If you fear things, it will not work. It will only work when you understand it completely, when you realize it completely deep within, that this fear has consequences. So majority of the times, fear has bad consequences. Fear is an emotion. It is just an emotion. It protects you a lot of times. But many times, there are bad consequences. When you fear some situations, when you fear some people, you say yes to them, and indirectly, you are hurting yourselves. And then what happens? They are controlling you. You are living under suppression. As Nandini gave multiple examples for herself, and she has mastered this skill now to say no. How is she able to say no? Because now she doesn't fear. She doesn't care about anything. So we also, every person who is listening currently, we need to adopt this thing in ourselves. We need to say no if that event, whatever they are saying us, whatever they are doing with us, if that isn't good, that isn't fruitful, if that has bad consequences, say no. Don't say that these people will later think bad about me. They will say XYZ things. Who cares? It is your life. Make it good. You have few years on the planet. You don't know when you will die. You can die tomorrow. You can die after 1 month, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Till then, live happily. Don't live under control of someone. Now, it doesn't mean that you will not do coordination with with people in your family. You have to do that coordination. But at the same time, you have to be wise. You have to be good with them. You have to talk with them. You have to walk with them. But whenever bad things are happening, act wisely so that you can live happily. So that is it. Just kill this fear. Slowly it will wipe out once you will become conscious about its bad consequences. But it doesn't mean that every single time you will not have fear of anything. If lion will come in front of you, if leopard will come in front of you, or other animals, or any person with gun or knife, and you don't have anything, it doesn't mean that you will stand up. Soldier told me to be brave, I will be brave. He will kill you. So at that time, you have to act wisely. You can say sorry to that person to protect your life. Protection of your life, that should be the first thing which you need to do.
I just want to say, you wanna die alone. Why don't you have courage to live alone? Why do you want anyone? Why do you want anyone's soldiers to be lie over there? Like this would be the only reason to let anyone to bully you. If you
I
get
don't
admission. Wait, Nandini, can you let me complete my words?
Okay.
Yeah. Like take an example, you got admission into the class which is full of 50 students. No one is going to talk with you. Like it's happened with sometimes. Like people take some kind of a student, like they think they're very inferior to them. Make yourself prior. You are prior for yourself. You are your priority. Why you want to let anyone to bully you? Let them be what they are.
I will give a short answer. That is, you were saying why don't they let this and that and this and that. It is very easy for us to say these things now because we have seen things and we have grown wiser by our experience of the world and learning from other people.
So I'll put things into context because we are talking about bullying, and I hope all of us are adults here, so we can understand how this thing actually happens and comes into the psyche of a kid. What happens is, when a child is growing up, he is blank. He or she or it, you can say anything. She is blank. She is like a mound of clay. Now, the circumstances and the environment she is growing up in entirely mold her perception of the external world. Before this, mind you, her experience of of emotions has been through her mother. When a child is in a womb, the experiences, the emotions, the fears, and the happiness that a mother feels, the child feels all of it. The brain develops in that environment and predisposedly prefers the environments that the emotions and the predispositions that the parent, the mother, is feeling. So, for example, if the mother is a very timid woman, she routinely agrees to whatever her husband is saying, and her husband is treating her in a very bad way, and she still agrees to it, agrees to submit to him, because she says she tells herself that this is my fate. Many people do that because there are different reasons. I'm not going to talk about so deep, so because not 2-3 layer deep, but for a child who is developing, these emotions come through its mental development right from the womb. Now, when that child is born and the behavior continues, right? If a person, a husband, is mistreating his wife, and the child grows up in this environment and sees that the mother is not, fighting back and accepting what is being done to her, she will not realize that this is right or wrong, but she will understand and she will pick it up that this is how things are. Okay, so when we say that bullying is a social evil, we completely ignore the fact that this has been programmed into the kid's mind to be bullied and to bully. A person who is a bully has seen a lot of pain being inflicted by a person who is who is a power figure in his or her early life. So, for example, if I am a bully, I must have seen my father or my mother or somebody in my family being a very powerful figure and basically exerting my will, exerting their will on somebody, and that somebody accepting it without question. Only then this psyche of becoming a bully starts to develop in the kid's mind. Otherwise, it is blank. Right? So, in the same way, when we talk about the person being bullied, the meek child. So, what happens with them is they have grown up in an environment where they have been exposed to this emotion that accepting violence, accepting narcissism is the norm. It's not black or white. I'll tell you why it is not black or white. It seems like it is a yes or no question, but it is not. Yeah. So what I was talking about was that this child has been growing up in an environment without their knowledge that what this is, because they have no idea of distinguishing of any emotions or anything. They just routinely pick up the visual cues, the body cues, the eyes, the lip movements, all those things that show the one person being meek and being receptive of bad behavior, and continuing to accept it because they see it as fate. Now the child does not have any concept of fate yet. When the concept of fate develops, by that time these behaviors have been ingrained into them, and they become a meek person for life. They will have to work on it. They will have to do it's called past regression work or whatever. Many people say many things, there are different names to it, but they will have to work on themselves to get out of this default behavior. Their default behavior is developing in the early stages of their life, when they are being exposed to these kinds of behaviors routinely every day. And I would argue that this is only possible where failed marriages exist. A marriage is required to be an equitable partnership. If we do not have an equitable partnership, the skewing will immediately affect the child that comes into this relationship. That relationship bears a child. That child will be immediately exposed to this environment, and they will pick up these traits without any kind of external help, and they will not know why they are doing it, because the environment is such. They will just see that this is the default behavior. A bully does not choose to be a bully. He is a bully because of his environment. Similarly, a meek child is not a meek child because she is choosing to be bullied. No, nobody chooses to be bullied. They just pick the behaviors to be the least intrusive in whatever space they exist in.
As we are running late, but I want to touch one more aspect, that is influence. Influence really works. People act the way they have trained their mind. Our mind is something which we train with the knowledge which we get. We train it with our surroundings and all the stuff, whatever we put there. Basically, we are training our mind. There is one term, like input is equal to output. Whatever you will put inside of your mind, you can see those actions in your real life. You will do all those actions practically. If you will put abusive words inside of your mind, if you will be with those people who are abusive, for sure you will become like those people, because influence really works. Now, if your sibling is acting differently, means his influence is different. You act differently, he acts differently. It means his friend circle, his social media feed, whatever they consume, that is different, and whatever you consume, that is different. That sibling has trained his or her mind differently, and you have trained your mind differently. Obviously, your decisions, your opinions, your knowledge, that will be different, and their opinions will be different. So the point here is that influence really works. Now, every single night we come here and we discuss about some good points. We are currently actually winning. You spend here 1 hour, 2 hours sometimes. Later in life, you will realize, like after 20 years, 30 years, when we will not be knowing each other, maybe this group or this Telegram, we don't know will it be available at that time or not. You will realize at that moment that whatever you were doing there, you were doing that like correctly, because you have trained your mind in those sessions in good way, and tomorrow your actions will be based on that training, on that data which you have provided to your mind from these sessions. So the point is, we should surround ourselves with right people, and we should try to gain knowledge from right videos. We should be selective whatever we do in our life, because if we will choose wrong things, then we will make wrong decisions, and when we will make wrong decisions, maybe it will be detrimental to us, it will be harmful for us. As topic is learn to fight for yourself. So we should be with those people who are brave, the people who fight for themselves. If you will be with those who are cowards, there are high chances that you will become next coward, because it works. There is quote that you are the sum of those people with whom you spend your most of the time with. If you will spend your time with those 5 people who are cowards, there are high chances that you will become next coward. And if you will spend your time with brave people, even if you aren't brave, there are high chances, high probability that you will be next brave person. So try to spend your time with those people who are brave, who are knowledgeable, who are good. Just don't follow trend. Like people are going there, here, they are watching that content. It isn't necessary. You have limited time, 24 hours. Use it wisely, spend it wisely. At the end, the motto should be that your decisions for your life, for whatever you do, they should be right for yourself. So whatever I have said, I will summarize it in just 2 minutes. First point which I mentioned earlier is be principled. It is related to learn to fight for yourself. When you are principled, means you have some principles. You are following them. And earlier I gave you one example that if you are a man and you have a wife and your one principle is that I will not cheat my woman. For example, it is your principle and you follow your principle strictly. When tomorrow any woman will try to seduce you or offer something, you will say no. So you have to similarly develop different principles. Another principle can be that I have to eat healthy food. I have to avoid junk food. Now, when someone will offer you junk food, you have to avoid it. So then we can call like your principled man. People around you will be aware about you that this guy is principled. And with this, you can fight for yourself, for your health. Second is learn to say no. You have to say no whenever it is important. If you will say yes, maybe it will be harmful for you. So third is be fearless but wisely. And when I say you have to be fearless wisely, means whenever you don't fear people and situations, you have to think wisely. What will be the consequences? Is it good? Earlier I told you, if there is someone with knife or gun and trying to kill you, and at that time you will stand up and tell to that person, kill me, then it is stupidity. Without any reason, you will die. Your first principle should be to protect yourself, your life, that matters. Now there are some exceptions. Let's leave that thing. So you have to be fearless wisely.